Welcome to Nerdindex. Today we're going to talk about our final review for The Do-Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon Emperor. Before we go into the show as a whole, I want to address the elephant in the room. And I want to clarify that I do not approve of adults having relationships with minors, and I do not approve of grooming. And I would not say that that's necessarily what's happening in this show, but obviously it's a slippery slope and there's been a lot of discourse online. But here are the facts as presented by the story about why we are in a nearly 10-year age gap situation. First, the story is set in a world that is seemingly based in olden times before any technology, and her parents don't even bat an eye about an arranged marriage between her and the older prince of their kingdom. Second, Jill has experienced a time loop, so her 17-year-old self has now been placed back into her younger body. So by that technicality, they're only mentally 2 years apart in age.
But he feels way younger than her mentally.
Yeah, their maturity is a disparity. And the reason why Hadis needs her to be a young girl is because anyone over the age of 14 can be possessed by the evil goddess and used against him. So the show also does not have any mature themes, so it's not like it's racy or they're doing anything inappropriate.
The most romantic thing that he does is baking her food all the time, and it's adorable.
So while all this might sound like excuses, I feel like if you go into this with a mindset that says that you understand that a relationship like this isn't normal and you don't let it delude you, then it should be fine. The overall atmosphere of the show is funny and cute with a decent amount of political drama. And when I say it's funny, I mean that I was caught off guard so many times by so many gags and that we were laughing out loud through the majority of the show, and some things that happened were just completely inexplicable.
And it's funny, during some moments they'll make the background people just little blob people frantically running around, and it's fun to see how they make the focus the main characters.
Jill is a total badass with her amazing magic, combat skills, and tactical mind. I think it's cute that they made her the food character by way of Hadis making her treats and stuff for her all the time instead of her just randomly having a massive appetite like the trope usually goes. And basically, all of the characters on Team Jill are very likable. At first, it didn't make sense that Gerald wouldn't give up on her and just pick a different fiancé, but as the story unfolds, we learn that she somehow has a tie to the goddess Kratos, and that said goddess is controlling the royal family. And I thought it was cool that basically everything boiled down to a centuries-old dispute between two gods. I thought the fighting was pretty well done, and the CGI that they used for the dragons was not nearly as bad as the majority of things that I've seen for CGI dragons in other shows. I would say it was slightly above average. It was also kind of neat that the dragons had an entire magic classification system and that Jill got to show everybody up by getting the help of a black dragon, which would be the second highest in ranking. The final episode concluded a story arc, and they left us bits of information that we could make into a season 2, but nothing that left you hanging or feeling like you were unsatisfied at the end. I really hope that we do get a season 2, and I can't wait to see what happens next, because honestly, this was probably my favorite show of the season. This is a 9 out of 10.